Hi, I'm Jonas, and today we'll be presenting our HR management system that was designed for our client. We'll go through the project background, design of the system, live demonstration, testing and evaluation plan, project constraints and limitations, and finally the future plan. Firstly, the project background. Our client, Evergreen Way Education, is a tutoring center with 3 branches in Tsuen Wan, Hang Hau, and Quarry Bay. Our client is facing difficulty in the management of their HR activities using existing solutions on the market. Because of our client's extensive data needs, off-the-shelf software systems have not been adequate. For example, our client has more than 4,000 students' information in their current system, and at least 25 full-time and part-time teachers. Students must be categorized on their grade, which ranges from kindergarten to secondary school. Our client offers more than 70 sub-courses during the school year, which is divided into subject courses, homework guidance, and exam preparation, making course arrangement troublesome. Therefore, our client faces a serious problem with their information needs. The arrangement of part-time human resources has been a complicated process for Evergreen Way Education. With a flexible and unstable schedule, work distribution, and combination of staff, existing systems are incapable of suiting their needs or adequately solving the information flow issues of our client. While some service providers may offer to adjust the original product to fit their customized needs, the adjustment usually results in frequent malfunctioning and incurs high maintenance costs, not mentioning the subscription fee and the difficulty of retrieving data when changing to another product. As a result, we are inclined to build a custom-built HR management system that is tailored to the specific needs of the client at a low cost and hassle-free. The system should streamline the client's information flow and process. Diving deeper into the specific problems our client faces, firstly, the course assignment process is inefficient. When a course is unassigned, the manager must ask the part-time staff individually to fill in working time slots, which is time-consuming. Moreover, the lack of a system means that the process is prone to human error, as some part-time staff may be neglected and forgotten. Managers also cannot react quickly to teacher absences and find replacements. Secondly, there are no centralized channels of communication. Currently, the client is limited to using informal communication, such as phone calls or WhatsApp. As such, the likelihood of miscommunication increases because of an information bottleneck. Only a few people can use the company WhatsApp or phone at a time to contact parents, students, or teachers. Now, I'll pass on the time to Maze, who will talk more about the design.
I'm going to talk about the design of the system. Our objective has been updated and summarized in 3 points. First, we aim to streamline preparation flow of tutoring classes. There are pages showing ProSo teaching schedule and all classes schedule. Second, we expect to provide better course management services. The system allows the managers to change the course information, add new courses, and delete courses more systematically. Third, the web is expected to help managers allocate time slots to part-time staff more efficiently. The admin can assign teachers to courses according to his or her availability and capability. Also, the admin can send email to desired staff to ask them to take the weakest time slots. We have taught the waterfall model in this project. It involves 6 stages, includes planning, analysis, logical design, physical design, implementation, and maintenance. In terms of developmental languages, we use JavaScript for front-end web design, Node.js for back-end development. Our system remains as a 3-tier architecture. The first tier is the web browser. The second tier, we subscribe to Google Cloud Platform services for the use of their App Engine server, while the third tier consists of application and database, which are Google Cloud API, Mail Service, and Google Cloud Firebase. Our final design has changed from our proposal. Regarding abandoned functions, first, the chat room, because it can be replaced by other communication channels such as WhatsApp and email. Second, the material source bank, because the tutoring center has their own way in storing the files. Also, because of copyright issues, some notes are securely protected and should not be distributed online. Third, staff performance evaluation function, because we have limited time and resources at this stage, and we want to focus more on courses and staff management issues. Regarding changes in design, first, we changed the user interface to match with client branding. The color of the client branding is green and yellow, so we change the color of our website from black to gradient green and yellow. Besides, we switch from relational database to non-relational database to allow us to modify the table structure more easily during the development process. Moreover, we change the time slot allocation method. Originally, the managers assign time slot to staff members by themselves and the members have no choice. Now the managers only need to send email and ask staff members who are available to take the vacant time slot. The members can choose the time slot now, but still, the final decision remains on manager's hand. Regarding newly added functions, notification via email is added because the staff can get the latest updates immediately rather than visiting our web constantly. Second, web redirect function is added so that the staff just need to click the link in email notification and they will be redirected to the web that applies the vacant time slot.
In this live demonstration session, we will start by demonstrating staff functions and then admin functions. Gigi will later on demonstrate on how vacancy problems are tackled with our solution. Let's log in with a staff account. On the front page, you can see the personal schedule of this staff teacher. From the left-hand side sidebars, we have gained access to View My Schedule, View Class Timetable, Personal Info, and Availability. From our current page, we can check on our personal timetable in month, week, and list form. We can use the arrow to see previous and future months or weeks as well. If we click into a course item, details of that class will be shown, with information such as the course code, name of the class, teacher email, time, and year of class, including the class size. The Today button is to quickly jump to today's schedule. Next, under the View Class Timetable, generally speaking, this timetable shows all courses of the Education Center in a read-only fashion. Personal info is equivalent to staff information setting page. The staff could edit their personal information by clicking the Edit button. After finalizing the changes, click Submit Changes to store the latest information. Also, the staff can change his or her capability settings of what subject and year can he or she teach. First, click Edit Capability. After checking the boxes that the staff is capable of teaching, save the changes by clicking Submit Changes. Availability is the page to declare personal weekly availability for the near future. You may click the corresponding weekday, starting and ending time of that weekday, and add more available time slots. Each session should be at least 2 hours due to the client's requirement. You may also delete a time slot if you change your mind. Let's now log in with an admin account. An additional of 2 tabs will be available under Availability, which are Course Management and Add Course Date. For Course Management, it provides a calendar view for an overview of all courses. The courses are yellow and blue colored. Yellow ones indicate that vacancy problem exists and should be solved by the admin. The admin may add new courses by clicking Add Courses, entering relevant information, and click Submit. Or to delete an existing course by the Delete Course button. After selecting the course to be deleted, click Submit to delete it from the system. More functionalities will be covered later. For Add Course Date, it is for the admin to set forth the courses to be conducted in the upcoming month. The admin should enter the course ID, number of students, and the date of courses in order to add the courses into the system. I will let Gigi to continue the latest functionalities added to the system.
Thank you, Jack. I will now introduce our new functionalities implemented after the previous prototype demonstration. The main goal of these functions is to allow staff and admin to interact through the system when the staff needs to apply for leave and the admin needs to tackle this teacher vacancy issue. Now, let us switch back to a staff account. To apply for the leave, the staff could come to the View My Schedule page, click on the class that he needs to apply for leave, and in the pop-up window of the course details, click the Declare Unavailability to Admin button on the top left corner of the window. After clicking the button, a default email will be sent to the admin's email account to notify the admin about the application. And it means that the staff has applied for the leave, but the application is not approved by the admin yet. At this stage, the course is still in blue color in the staff's personal schedule, but it is already yellow when the admin views it from the course management page. When clicking into this course, the staff name is not changed yet until the admin clicks on the pull-down menu of Teaching Staff, select blank to remove the staff name, and click Submit Changes. This action means that the admin has approved of the leave. The course should now be gone from the previous staff's personal schedule and turned yellow in View Class Timetable. A yellow course in View Class Timetable means that this is a vacancy open for every staff to apply to teach. However, we don't expect most of the part-time staff would constantly check on this page for open vacancies. Therefore, we have implemented another function for the admin to notify staff about the vacancy. Let's say this staff would like to apply for the vacancy of this course. He could click on the course in View Class Timetable page and click on the Apply for Vacancy button on the top left corner of the course details window. Now in admin's view, the admin can view all the staff that applies for this vacancy from the pull-down list. Admin can then choose from this list and assign a new staff to fill this vacancy. After choosing and clicking Save Changes, the vacancy is filled and the course will return to blue in all schedule pages and appear in the personal schedule of the new teacher who will be teaching this course. Our live demonstration ends here, and we will pass on to Martin to talk about the testing and evaluation session.
Thank you, Gigi, for the demonstration. Now let me talk about the testing and evaluation part of our system. Basically, we have carried out 3 types of testing, namely manual testing, API unit testing, and end-to-end testing. We went through every test case after designing all the scenarios. Manual testing is used for testing the front end, and we have API unit testing for the back end. Since no debugging tool is provided for Firebase, we used an API client to record and verify the responses sent from our server. To test if everything works perfectly, we have done the end-to-end testing to simulate the flow of the application from the start to finish. Here are the examples of the test cases being used for our manual testing. We have created test cases for every button or action used in our system. After performing the action listed in the input column, we check the output against the expected observations. Then we wrote down the outcome in the testing results column. Here's another set of test cases for API unit testing, which is similar to the previous one, except we have also included an extra column called functions. The column is used to identify which function and what kind of function we are using. Moving on, I will talk about the evaluation of our system. After doing all kinds of testing, we have come to the conclusion that all major functions have been implemented and they work fine. Some minor defects were found in the middle of testing, but all have been fixed immediately. Still, there's room for improvement, like we could provide a more informative UI for users to easily identify the details of classes, especially the vacant class. However, we didn't redesign our UI much from the last prototype due to the time constraint. Apart from that, we have also gone through the proposal again to check the business requirements. Most of the requirements are met, except those functions being abandoned in the middle of our development process. Last month, we demonstrated our prototype to our client, and she was satisfied with most of the implementations. She did give us some comments to improve the system, and the changes are already reflected in this final product. I will now pass the time to Sylvia to talk about our constraints and limitations.
During the project, we have encountered a lot of difficulties in design implementation and understood that our project is not without limitations. First of all, we have a limited project timeline, so we couldn't implement all original ideas. Secondly, the customer requires to keep the cost zero. Therefore, we are limited to choices of server to open source technology. Thirdly, our scope was too wide originally. For example, we wanted to implement a forum or a chat room, but they were not really required by the client. Another problem is data privacy. We have not put security as our first concern, so data is not encrypted. Besides, the breakout of coronavirus has altered our original schedules. Our team couldn't meet up with the clients for backups as much as we originally planned to. The virus has also impacted our team morale. Lastly, the system is very platform dependent. It is implemented and deployed specifically on Google Cloud Platform, making system migration difficult. I will pass the time to Jonas to talk about our future plans.
Thank you, Sylvia. For our future plan, we have 4 concrete steps. Firstly, data migration. We'll import real data from the education center and solve possible formatting issues. We'll also test the connection from terminals at the center and account login security problems stemming from multiple staff sharing the same terminals. Secondly, user manual and staff training. We'll produce videos on how to use the system for new incoming staff, which was requested by our client. Thirdly, we'll migrate the system to a Google account under the client's control. We anticipate a huge inflow of new data after implementing the system, incurring costs on the Google Cloud platform based on increased usage. Moving the files and database could also be time-consuming, including the setup of security settings and minor tweaks from the default settings. Finally, additional functionalities. Our team has already implemented SMS and WhatsApp services. When there is a need to use them, we can simply change the front-end code to include these functions. Also, when the system is used for some time, sufficient data can be gathered to conduct staff performance evaluation. We could implement an API to output data to be analyzed, or even create a staff evaluation platform. That is all the time we have for today, and hope that you have enjoyed the presentation and our HR management system. Thank you for your time.